Hello everyone, this is Andrew from Korenix, and today I would like to introduce the building asset management. Uh, First of all, here is the company introduction. We have the three individual company, Beijer Electronics, Westmo, and Korenix. For Beijer Electronics, that we have in with an operator communication, automation solutions, digitalization, and display solutions. And for Korenix, that we have established in 2004 and joined Bayer Group from 2011. And we are the leading manufacturing, providing the market focused industrial, wire, and wireless networking solution. So together, for Cornix and Bayer, that we can provide a more complex solution, no matter it's from the digitalization and also the communication product. Okay. And so next, move on for the solution introduction. That for our group, that we have very dedicated in many different vertical market. No matter it's from the energy solution, marine, water, manufacturing, transportation, infrastructure, and of course for the building. And also like for today, we are very focused for the smart building. So we will have more slides and application story for the smart building area. Okay. Mhm. So here we go. This is the main focus topic for today. That for the smart building solution, that these are the two main focus. We have the system monitoring and asset management and predict maintenance. Okay, so nowadays that every new building or every new new infrastructure that we are not only need to all the system need to be green on, can be useful, and we also need to monitor it. So we need to have the many data to log in, log out, and to provide this data to do the more specific like predictive and maintenance. So in that way that we can have many different possibility to accessing the more reliable system, more reliable city asset. Okay, so for the system monitoring, that we have the public power system, elevator system, wastewater system, HVAC system, and environment facility management. Okay, and for the predict maintenance, we have the energy management, pump system, elevator, cooling tower, and diesel power generator, and so on. Okay, and so after hearing all this system related, this slide is to introduction that we have many different structure. For the below, we have the connect system and smart edge devices. For this area that we have the many different tools to help us, like MQTTs, COAP, and so on. And in different, at the right side, we have uh, different area like smart building, traffic, weather, utility, and so on. And in this area that we provide many sensor to collect data. And on the second layer that we have many different gateway to connect to the cloud, which is the first layer that we can provide the interaction to get those data into not only the raw data, and which can provide a very useful information for the user. And user can use their own devices, no matter it's the cell phone, tablet, or notebook, that they can actually access to the data center to know what's going on for this kind of the building and application. And nowadays, not only the cell phone, also many devices can use like Wi-Fi, Zigbee, Aurora to accessing this kind of the applications. And for Bayer Group and the Korenix, that we have many solutions for the data visualization and also the cloud service. And for the gateway, we have some Wi-Fi gateway, cellular gateway, and some private LoRa gateway. So we can help your client to complete the smart building architecture, no matter what kind of their application is, no matter they are using like uh, smart buildings or many possibility they are also in the traffic. Okay, so actually the smart building is a very large architecture they can use in many different areas. So by different angle that we can help our customer to fulfill the bigger picture. Okay. All right, moving on. Here is the successful story for today that we are focused on the environment, utility, facility, machinery, power management, and HVAC system. And for each one, we will have the separate application story for you. Okay. For the environment, that usually they have plenty of the sensor, mobile devices, smart meter, to get those data from the different like temperature, the water status, or some toxic, toxic material, something like that. Okay. And for the utility that we provide some the Wi-Fi gateway, Wi-Fi IP gateway, and can connect to the Box 2 Pro, and of course, and so that we can have different solution for the utility. And then for the power management and HVAC, and we will have the more slide in the comment. Okay. Moving on, and the first will be the environment monitoring. This application is in China, and it's used for the port street light control and temperature monitoring. Uh, for this solution, the end user, they are using the solar panel around the port street, and for the LoRa devices, because it requires only very few power input, so we can actually use the solar panel to to power on the LoRa devices, and also with the sensor with the street light and the temperature sensor. And in that case, that our customer don't need to uh, don't need to equip extra power line with that. So it really help our customer uh, to help them to save many costs for the power line. Okay, and for these devices, and at the central control room, they're using the controller and connect to the our Gateway 4110L, which is our private LoRa devices. So it can actually transmit the uh, mobile's data, and so our PLC can be set up by the control room, and the control room can power on the street light and to see the temperature monitoring at the central control room. And for this device, because it's a complete outdoor design, IP67, so customer don't need to worry about the harsh environment from the port. Okay, so this is the first application story for the environment monitoring. Okay. And then will be the switch treatment plant. This is located in Taiwan, and there are lots of the heavy machine in the whole plant, and they are not required for the single building. They are using for the whole plant. There are like 10 or 12 building. Some of the building is like an open area. Some of the building is on the ground. So in order to have the whole plant all have the Wi-Fi covered. So we need to go to in the field site and to estimate what kind of the devices they need, what kind of the Wi-Fi and the antenna they require to provide the whole planned Wi-Fi solution. Okay, so here is the map for you for the reference. Uh, in order to have the all area have the Wi-Fi connection, some open area we have the like OMI antenna for the client that can cover all area, and some of the area like underground tunnel that we set up our Wi-Fi devices with a different mode, some with the client mode, some with the repeater mode. Okay, and so for each one, we study what kind of the distance there is and what kind of the mode they need. Because for the worker over there, they need to use the tablet to walk up around the switch treatment plane. And in that case, with the Wi-Fi solution, they can actually use the tablet to access all the machinery to see the data and status to understand what is going on at the field site. And before this Wi-Fi solution, some area is really uh, some location is really far away from the ground floor, and sometimes kind of like danger because in the past they have the workers that they pass out inside the tunnel, and because in that area there's no cellular networking, so nobody knows he's going there, and we can connect him at that time. So once after a while, when other people find those that guy, it already been maybe like 1 hour ago, and it put him in a very dangerous situation. So after that accident, the whole switch treatment plane decide to have this kind of the all area Wi-Fi covered. So no matter what the worker, where is he, and central control room can have his location follow, and we will know that is he still moving or not, and is what is the status. Okay, so this is another successful story to allow that all the workers can be monitoring at all the time, and also the all the machine status. Okay. Okay, moving on, we have the utility and facility machinery. For this application, it's located in China, and because this is the factory that produce many medical pills, and in different room, the workers will have a different card moving around, and this different card, it will input the pills and to see what the quantity it is and uh, what's the size and what's the material status. And we have the X2 Pro 12 equips on the card. And so the workers that can actually see what's going on and what's the status on the X2 Pro. And also by our Wi-Fi solution, the JWave 2212 XNG, um, we have the Wi-Fi client also equipped this card, and we have the Wi-Fi AP located at the top of the room, and we also use our PoE switch connect to our Wi-Fi AP. So in that case, end user don't need to have extra power line to have extra cost to equip that. Okay, so in this complete solution, we provided a wire solution, a Wi-Fi solution, and also the digitalization solution altogether. And in this case, that a customer require very slim design device, no matter it's the Wi-Fi client, Wi-Fi AP, and the PoE switch. Okay, so in this small area, we choose our very slim product to fulfill customer demand. And for each room, because this card will moving from room A to room B to room C, and so they also require very smoothly Wi-Fi roaming quality. And after testing at the field site, that we implement our Wi-Fi fast roaming solution, and for this this area that we can actually achieve the roaming time under 15 milliseconds. Okay, so customer is very satisfied with our Wi-Fi performance, and everything goes very well with the X2 Pro. So right now, it's not only in the single building, and it's also in very in different area. Customer already implement in two building in the 2021, and right now they also have another 5 building and a factory in 2022. Okay, so this is another successful story for the smart building. And next is the power management. This power management system is located in Netherlands, in Amsterdam. And in this building, there are over 6,000 LED lights, and which connect to the power feeding LED illuminate sensor. With this sensor, it can control the LED light. And how can customer achieve that? They're choosing our Korenix Gen N switch, which can have the PoE 24 port to connect to those LED sensors. Okay, so our maximum power capability will be 720 watts, and it's very stable and reliable, so that the IT control room can using this recommend switch to control those sensors and with those LED lights. So we can actually achieve the building power management. Okay, so this is a smart building in the Amsterdam. Okay. Then we'll have the HVAC system here. It is in Taiwan, and we have the box 2 base and J-Wave 5G cellular router together. And in this area, that we will have the customer is using dry pumps to provide clear, fresh air in the building. And in this case, that because it's a very large building and there are plenty of the toxic toxic material that need to be moved out, and after toxic material move out, we need to have the fresh air to implement to the building. So in that case, we have over 3,500 dry pump in this area. And how can we control this dry pump? How can we monitor it? That by using our box 2 connect to the serial port to those dry pump, and they are using the section protocol and to control that. And in this case, because there are plenty of the machinery and at the first, that customer trying to use the Wi-Fi and trying to use the Bluetooth, but there are too many interference. And so after many tries, failed try, and they decide use the cellular 5G. But actually, they choose the private cellular 5G. They they bought the self base station from the telecom company, so they can management their base station with their own, and with connect to our J-Wave 22512, and this is our Korenix first 5G product. And in that case, the central control room can see all the box 2 status and with the cellular 5G product from the central monitoring, central IT system. Okay, and this is just the first phase 1, and for the phase 2, we are also implementing to the different system. It's a scrubber system. So in this building, for the HVAC system, that we can combine the box 2 and Korenix 5G router together to provide the customer for this kind of the solution. Okay. All right, so above all are the smart building asset management solution from Beijer Group. And we have the port monitoring, sewage treatment plant, pharmaceutical factory, power management, and HVAC system. And if you have any question, or if you wanted to have more detail, please don't hesitate to contact me. I'm the product manager from Korenix. I'm Andrew, and hope you guys have learned something today. And hopefully we can find a more business opportunity in the future. So thank you again. This is Andrew. See you again soon. Bye.